Following possibly the most tantalizing wait in video game history, the PlayStation 5 is now out and up for grabs, but it's not exactly cheap. As well as the console itself being a bit pricey, game prices have also seen a hike for the 8th generation, with Sony's first-party games being particularly expensive. That's where the best free PS5 games might come in handy. The following games are free on PlayStation 5 for everyone. You don't need PlayStation Plus to play them or take them online. While most of them will have their own form of in-game currencies, battle passes, and all forms of monetization, free really means free with these PS5 games. You don't have to sink any money into them to have fun. Just head on over to the PlayStation Store and press that giant download button and you're ready to go. Those games are perfectly optimized for the console and you can sink dozens of hours into them. Again, most of them have microtransactions, though most of these additional purchases are cosmetic, so you don't have to pay to win. Here then are all the games on PlayStation 5 that cost you a grand total of 0 and that we highly recommend. From genre-hopping behemoths to games that come installed on the console from day one, there's plenty for you to check out. If you could slap like and smash subscribe, we will give you a firm handshake. After the pandemic though, obviously. 10. Rogue Company. If you had to pick a cocktail of competitive shooter games, it would probably be Rogue Company. It cherry-picks elements from other games and puts them together to create something that's both new and familiar. Rogue Company has a glider like the one you use in Fortnite, an upgrade and weapon shop on a plane like the one in CSGO, a ping system similar to the one in Apex Legends, and more. Blending so many things together should make the game a mess, but it surprisingly works. Thankfully though, that's not the only thing Rogue Company has going for it. The shooting feels amazing, the maps are interesting, and the action will keep you coming back. Plus there's a Dr. Disrespect skin in it, if that shouty man girdles your gherkin. 9. Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact is basically the free, anime-esque version of Breath of the Wild. You play as one of two twins whose vacation is spoiled by a mysterious god. After that, you go on a quest to find your twin. On that journey, there are guilds to join, foods to cook, friends to make, and monsters to slay. Everything in the game is beautifully rendered, from the characters to the environments. And the gameplay is nearly as compelling as Breath of the Wild. You can easily spend over 40 hours in the game and still want more, as Genshin Impact is a free game with AAA thrills. Your friends may think you're a bit of a weeaboo for playing this one, but if you can trick them into playing it too, two weeaboos are stronger than one. 8. Path of Exile. For anyone who grew tired of Diablo or Blizzard in general, Path of Exile has proven to be the perfect dungeon crawler replacement. Developed by Grinding Gear, who have been lauded for, funnily enough, not making the game too much of a grind, Path of Exile regularly places in the upper tiers of Steam charts and is no doubt broadly played on PlayStation 5 too. Playing as a titular exile, you have to try and survive on Rayclast as you also seek to take revenge on those who left you banished. Choose from many different classes, get utterly lost in character customization, and then collect literally all of the loot until you can loot no more. There's even PvP for those who grow tired of slashing monsters. 7. Dauntless. The elevator pitch for Dauntless is incredibly simple but effective. Monster Hunter, but free and made by Pixar. Comparisons to Capcom's mega hunting franchise seem unavoidable, particularly because the guys at Phoenix Labs leaned into them real hard. It's hard not to see the Monster Hunter inspiration in every pore of Dauntless. However, if you want a fun, less intense version of the Mac Daddy and just want something much simpler and more straightforward, Dauntless is a pretty fantastic option. Phoenix Labs have been updating and adding to Dauntless as time has worn on, and while it will always likely lack a little compared to Monster Hunter, there's something to be said for a leaner hunting experience sometimes. 6. Rocket League. One of the biggest surprise success stories of the last 10 years, Rocket League originally made its name on PS4 as part of PlayStation Plus and went on to reach a huge audience. With Psyonix now owned by Epic Games, the makers of Fortnite, Rocket League is free for everyone on PS5. It'd be a crime if you didn't play it. A straightforward game with a steep learning curve, Rocket League is basically soccer/football but with RC cars. That's it. Where the game really comes into its own though is in the kinds of things you can do with these cars, the ridiculous goals you can score, and the goal-saving clearances you could make. Plenty of players are super good at the game 5 years on from release, so don't flip out if you're not immediately the best at Rocket League. 5. Warframe. You got absolutely nothing on your agenda for the next 1000 hours of your life? Enter Warframe, the ludicrously addictive sci-fi ninja game where the universe is your very own fashion show. As satisfying as it is to slice your way through enemies, it's all a little pointless unless you look great doing it. The Warframe that the game launched at is almost unrecognisable from the game that it is now, and that's all thanks to just how well Digital Extremes have supported it throughout the years. With it now even having an open world to explore, as well as multiple playstyles to be the exact tenno you want to be, Warframe is a giant game that just keeps on getting bigger and better. And, as a small sense, it was also one of the first free PS5 games to make good use of the DualSense. 4. Apex Legends. Apex Legends was a smash hit right out of the block, it breaking streaming and playing records one after the other. While it hasn't quite managed to continue that momentum, millions still play Apex Legends' unique vision of the Battle Royale every day across a multitude of different legends with special abilities. We say unique, but there isn't a single mechanic in Apex that hasn't been completely aped by other Battle Royales over the last couple of years, namely Fortnite. Still, if you're a Titanfall fan or just want your BR games to have a bit more personality and lore, you should be playing Apex faster than you can ping a Mozambique. This is also as close as we're getting to Titanfall 3. Sorry. 3. Call of Duty Warzone. Free Call of Duty, an idea so simple yet so lucrative that it's a wonder Activision didn't pull the trigger any sooner. Warzone also uses the quite great Modern Warfare as its basis to provide one of the PS5's best Battle Royale games, all backed up by the smooth gunplay that COD has become a household name for over almost 2 decades. Just like Apex before it, Warzone really came into its own with the unique twists it brought to the Battle Royale party. Gulags allowed players another chance after death, while the game's currency system also grants them the ability to call in their loadouts from the traditional multiplayer experience, as well as buy back fallen teammates. This all gives Warzone a constantly hectic pace. There's always someone to shoot, some cracked kid to cuss out, dual senses to get lodged in a drywall. What a thrill. 2. Fortnite. Yes, Fortnite bad, Fortnite cringe, etc, etc. Fortnite isn't really just a game anymore. It's a brand, and it's a platform, as well as one of the most popular multiplayer games of the last 10 years. It's also a great PlayStation 5 game to get for free, specifically if you're a Battle Royale fan. That said, you can also mess around a ton in creative, building almost whatever you want, maybe even your own game. If you're thinking of playing Fortnite competitively, bear in mind that, as with any game that's been around for a few years, the player base is generally pretty good nowadays and the learning curve is damn steep. Knowing how to shoot is not enough, you also have to build and edit and just generally get to grips with the game's many moving parts. Luckily though, SBMM makes your introduction to Fortnite pretty gentle. On top of that, creative also allows you to practice things like building and editing, so there's no rush to get up to speed. And at number 1, Astro's Playroom. Yes, it's true that Astro's Playroom comes pre-installed with the PS5 and therefore a free game that's pretty hard to miss, but you get the feeling that many people gloss over its brilliant charms and instead move straight onto something else. Astro is a PlayStation mascot who doesn't command much respect, but he really should. Astro's Playroom is a simple, constantly delightful platformer that seeks to celebrate PlayStation history while looking forward to its future. That means plenty of DualSense integration that makes the most of the haptic feedback and adaptive triggers to great effect, whether that's you firing a bow or climbing up a rock face as a giant robot monkey. There's so much to be effusive about when it comes to Astro's Playroom, whether that's the wonderful soundtrack, the gorgeous visuals, the offbeat tone, or, to the delight of completionists, an exceptionally easy platinum trophy. Play Playroom so we can get another rescue mission for PS5. And there you have it folks, the best free PS5 games. As ever, did you agree, disagree? Please let us know in the comments down below. We always love to hear what you're thinking when it comes to our listaroonies. If you have enjoyed the video, please do consider giving it a like, hitting the subscribe button, slapping that notification bell. I know it's cliche to ask at this point, but it really does help the YouTube channel grow, and we really appreciate your support. If you want to see more from Culture's Vultures, please do consider checking out all the other social media for various content of all your wildest imaginations. That's all linked on screen now, and we hope to see you in the next video. But until then, cuckoo.